Hey, so this is another segment of Ask Me Anything from my bedroom in my new place. Recently I was asked, how do you go about finding a therapist? That's a fun one. That's a really fun one. You know why? Because therapists fucking suck. And I say that as someone who's been actively in and out of therapy since I was 22. Well, I guess you could say I've been in and out of therapy since I was 8, but it wasn't always willing. Since I've been about 22, I have willingly sought out and found my own therapist. So the biggest thing I would say is that understand that therapists are fucked up people too. And you're going to find a lot of shitty ones, and every once in a while, a few good ones that make everything worthwhile. It's kind of like friends, right? When you have like that one friend that you can always lean on, that's just always rad and always says the right thing, and then you've got like a bunch of other ones that are just assholes to you. Do you ever have that? It's kind of like therapists. You know, there's some that just their advice just doesn't click, and you're like, oh, that's cool, I'm not going to go to you for that. And then there's other ones that are just like, oh my God, don't just stop talking. And then there's every once in a while that one that just clicks. So psychologytoday.com is a website that I use to find therapists. Also, you can use, if you have insurance, you can go and look through their partners. So diligence. And the word of the day is diligence, because people don't always check their emails. People don't always check their phone voicemails, or their voicemails not set up. And people also don't update their information, which means when they're not accepting new patients, they don't necessarily have that listed. And sometimes when they do have it listed, they actually are accepting new patients. Sometimes they'll get you on a list and they won't call you back. And again, diligence. It's an endurance game. It's about you and you going after your mental health. What are you striving for? What do you want to achieve, right? That's what it's about. It's not about going and having somebody fix you. So therefore, you have to work for it. Like every fucking thing else in this world, you have to work for it because you want it, because you want to get better. And you have to want it so bad that you're willing to go through all the fucking loopholes and bullshit of finding a good therapist. That said, you can search through insurances. You can search via what are their expertises. Like, you don't want a child counselor when you're an adult dealing with trauma. You don't want someone that has zero alcohol or drugs experience when you're battling addiction. So look at their specialties. Look at what they are doing. Look at what they gravitate towards. Like, if you're not having transgender stuff going on, you probably don't want a counselor who's hyper-focused on that. Let them go back to the pool and help the people that need that out. If you're looking for a couples counselor, then go find one that deals with couples. If you're looking for someone that deals with trauma, look for someone who has experience with trauma. Like, try to find someone who's paired, because therapy has a huge variety of different types. Also, research. What is psychotherapy? What's the difference between a counselor and a therapist? What's the difference between a psychoanalyst? What's the difference between a clinical worker? What's the difference between a social worker? What's the difference between all of this? So research, look at it, look and see, okay, so this is all the stuff that they do. These are their experiences. These are their modalities. This is what they like to work with. Then kind of, do you see? Like, it's a pain in the ass. It's a real pain in the ass. You really have to want this. You really have to want to get better. You have to want to get better so fucking bad that you're willing to do whatever it takes. And sometimes whatever it takes is going through the fucking pool of therapists. When I first started seriously going to see a therapist, I whittled it down to 3 in all of Washington State. I did this extensive search through psychologytoday.com. and I found 3. They were all at the same office. So I went with the guy because at the time I didn't trust women at all. And I was like, I'm not going to work with a female counselor. That's just not going to work for me. That was the first therapist that I had my first breakthrough with on EMDR therapy. He used cognitive behavioral therapy combined with EMDR therapy, and it worked like a charm. It worked so good that I ran back into the bottle for fucking another few years another lot of years, because that was scary. Fixing myself was scary. It's still scary. I don't like it, because you know what happens when you change? People go away. People go away because they don't like that you're changing. People go away because you're changing and you realize those people aren't very healthy for you. And it fucking sucks. It sucks. And it also is liberating, and it also is awesome. And you can also embrace life, and you can also accomplish things that you never thought possible before. But bottom line is, change is hard. Don't go into it expecting somebody to fix you. Nobody's going to fix you. The only person that's going to fix you is you. Not Jesus, not your pastor, not your therapist, not your school counselor, not your buddy, not your relationship, not your girlfriend, not your kids. You're the only one that's going to fix you. And it takes a lot of work. And I'm still working on it. Always. Always, always, always. Always a work in progress. And you know what? Once you get used to the fact that you're always going to be a work in progress, and you can embrace that fact and just roll with it, it gets a little bit easier to breathe. So I guess with all that said is good luck and don't give up. That is like the number one thing. Don't give up. Don't give up. Yeah, I tried a therapist, didn't really work out. Okay, cool. You're still fucked up, right? So you might as well just keep going till something clicks and something makes sense and you're getting it right. Because getting it wrong for the rest of your life really fucking sucks. And it's better to be on a path of getting it right and making some fuck ups than to just keep fucking smacking your head in the door going, well, why the fuck can't I get through this? So don't ever give up on yourself. Number one rule to finding a therapist. Number one rule to anything. Don't fucking give up. If you give up, you're never going to achieve it, right? So just keep going. That's it. I wish there was like a magic pill, a magic word, a magic wand that was like, here is how you find all the perfect therapists. But you know what? This is coming from a woman. It took me 20 years to find a doctor to give me a hysterectomy. And I really tried hard for a long time, 20 years. And I finally did. I finally saw it through. Finally happened. And I have a hysterectomy. And no more fibroid pain. No more worried about getting pregnant and having it kill me, so diligence with everything. Because you're worth it. Oh my God, you're worth it. You're worth it. I'm worth it. You're worth it. You're fucking worth it. So whatever you need to figure out, just keep going for it. Keep asking questions, keep looking for answers, keep digging, keep trying, keep going. Don't fucking give up until you become the person that you want to be. I'm still not there yet. Trying. Still not there yet. So that's it. Love you. Good luck.